What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the channel. Today I'm bringing you my 2026 MLB predictions. Comment below, who do you think is going to win the 2026 World Series? I appreciate all the support across all platforms, and I'm excited to bring you my first full-length YouTube video. Let's start with the NL East. Alright, in the NL East, starting at number 5, we got the Miami Marlins. I still think they're rebuilding. They got some young talent, but not enough star power, firepower, anything to really place any higher in the NL East. Coming in number 4, the Atlanta Braves. I think they still have stars coming back like Ronald Acuna, Matt Olson, and some other guys. I don't think they have enough depth in their positions. I don't think they have enough star power really to bring them up a little bit higher. I think some other teams in the league are just going to take advantage of that a little bit more. In 3rd place, I got the Washington Nationals. I think they got some young promising stars like James Wood, CJ Abrams, and Jacob Young. And honestly, so far to this 2026 season, they've put up some pretty good games. So I think they're going to be a competitive team, but I don't think they have enough to top the next two. In 2nd place, I got the New York Mets. As a Philadelphia Phillies fan, it hurts me to put them at number 2. But on paper, their team is loaded. Juan Soto, Francisco Lindor, Bo Bichette, Marcus Semien, Luis Robert Jr., Nolan McLean, you name it, they have the power on paper. Let me emphasize this, on paper. Can Luis Robert Jr. hit? Is Bo going to be able to feel the pressure of New York, and is he going to be able to handle it? Is Lindor going to be able to be healthy all season after the hamate injury? Is Soto actually happy with being a New York Met? And honestly, Nolan McLean didn't really impress me in the 2026 WBC. That I think he's really going to be that stand-up star. He is great stuff. Disgusting stuff would strike me out, no doubt. But I don't think the Mets are going to take the number 1 spot. Obviously, coming in number 1, I got my Philadelphia Phillies. Even with the Mets stacked roster and everyone else in the NL East, we're kind of always being, undershown or underplayed. I think, Bryce being told he's not elite, and Trey Turner. I'm not a big Trey Turner fan, never have been. I grew up watching Chase Utley, and I just don't think Trey Turner plays the game even remotely as close as hard as him. I think our pitching staff is going to be better than people realize, especially our bullpen. We got Tim Meza coming out of the pen, and he's going to be lights out. I think we got Christopher Sanchez is going to be a Cy Young this year. I think you got Bryson Stott who's going to win a Gold Glove at second base this year. You got Mundo Sosa coming off the bench. Bohm's going to have a good year. I think we have Justin Crawford in center is going to be a great piece to solidify and round out our outfield. Let's move on to the NL Central. Coming at 5th, I think we got the Cincinnati Reds. Elly De La Cruz brings a lot of excitement to the game, but I don't think he's consistent enough to carry them past that 5th place. Too many errors, too many strikeouts, and I think he's a little bit overhyped. Coming in at 4th place, I got the Pittsburgh Pirates. Listen, Paul Skeens is an absolute animal, and I think the Pirates are the come up. But players like O'Neal Cruz really aren't, killing it for me. I don't think he's a center fielder. I think they need to find his position. I think they need to find the team around those core guys. I think they just really, I don't think the franchise is a good franchise to be holding everything together. In 3rd place, I got the St. Louis Cardinals. I think losing Brendan Donovan was a huge loss to them, but they're bringing in a young rookie, J.J. Weatherholt, I think is going to have a great standout killer year, which is not even going to worry about losing Brendan Donovan. I think that the Cardinals are going to figure it out. I think they're going to have an average year, and I think they're going to push the Chicago Cubs for a wild card spot. Coming in number 2, I got the Chicago Cubs. Honestly, I think bringing in Alex Bregman was a huge pick. A lot of people don't like him because of the Astros scandal. I think Alex Bregman is a very good player. I think Alex Bregman is very disciplined, and I think he's a great leader. He knows how to play the game the right way, and he is just overall a solid everyday third baseman for you. I think you having a guy like Dansby Swanson already out there at shortstop is elite to have a Gold Glove shortstop out there. Pete Crow Armstrong is going to be nothing but a superstar again year after year. I think they just really are going to have a great year, and they're going to come together, and they're really just going to, make people think. And in first place for the NL Central, I got the Milwaukee Brewers. I think they have a really good team. They got Jackson Chourio. Bryce Terang is one of the most underrated second basemen in the game. I think he's talked about, but I don't think he's talked about enough. He's a Gold Glover. He's won over Bryson Stott I know he won it last year. I don't know about the year before. But he won over Bryson Stott, as a Gold Glove second baseman. I think Yelich is going to come out and show flashes of that MVP Christian Yelich that we once all knew. And I think the Milwaukee Brewers are a very dominant team from last year. And I think they're going to carry this on to the 2026 season. Now let's go to the NL West. Coming at 5th place in the NL West, I got the Colorado Rockies. I don't think that shocks anyone. I think the Rockies are a team that's going to be building, and I think they used to have star power, and I think it's going to take a few more years to get where they want to be. I think a guy like Brenton Doyle in center field is a great young star and a guy that I wish had more potential and growth around him. I think once you bring up Holiday from the minors and you get him going and you get some more young draft talents and you get some more trades and everything, I think they eventually are going to pull it together. But for now, I had them stake them in 5th place. In 4th place, I had the San Francisco Giants. I think this may shock some people. I really don't see them being such an elite team this year. I think they're going to have struggles with the new head coach, Tony Vitello, and I think they're just going to have the problems with him adjusting to coaching professional players, not college players anymore. I think there's a huge difference between coaching college players, which are kids, and you're trying to help them grow into men, versus professional players, which, this is what they do for a living. This is their everyday full-time job. They're grown-ups. They're grown men. They're the same age as him. So I think it's a little bit different now. So I really don't think they're going to click, and I think some things are going to mesh, and it's not going to be the Giants that we're typically used to seeing. Coming in 3rd place, I have the Arizona Diamondbacks. I think they're a very good, sneaky team, and I think they might even surprise me and so many more fans in the league. I think a player like Corbin Carroll is such an elite and dynamic player, but I think people forget about Alec Thomas in that lineup. Alec Thomas is a very, very good outfielder, and he's a very good hitter as well, mixed with a Corbin Carroll. You got Ketel Marte. I think adding Nolan Arenado as senior leadership in that team is huge, and I really think that infield, and honestly, I think their outfield is underrated as well. I think they're going to have a better year. I think they can make a run for that division, even the wild card. Coming in at number 2, I got the San Diego Padres. It's really hard to root against the San Diego Padres. Guys like Fernando Tatis, Manny Machado, Jackson Merrill, all they do is go out there and win year after year. How do you root against them? How do you pick against them? With the NL West kind of being one of the stronger divisions in the National League the last few years, it's kind of hard to stack them the 1, 2, and 3. I think they're neck and neck. Now, obviously, coming in 1st place, I got the Los Angeles Dodgers. You can't have that payroll and not expect them to end up in 1st place. I think the Dodgers, if they stay healthy, they're going to be back in the playoffs. They're already back-to-back champions. You got Mookie Betts returning. You got Freddie Freeman. You got Shohei Ohtani. You got Kyle Tucker now coming in. I think they have the Edwin Diaz. They have the star power, obviously, to make it. But can they all stay healthy to make a run like they did in the playoffs last year? Because they were hurt for a little bit, but then they got healthy at the right time and they figured it out in the playoffs. So is the Dodgers games to truly trying to get in the 1st place, or are they just trying to make the playoffs, be healthy, and bulldoze it from there? Now let's get to the National League Award winners. And for the MVP, I believe it's going to be Ronald Acuna Jr. I think he's one of the most dynamic and most explosive players in this game. If he can be healthy and play a full season, I don't think anyone is better than Ronald Acuna Jr. in this league. Granted, can he stay healthy? Is he going to play through the full year? And is he going to perform at the level he should? He has the potential to be, but will he actually follow that? My Cy Young is no other than Philadelphia Phillies' own Christopher Sanchez. He has been absolutely dominant, turned himself kind of from a nobody into, a Cy Young caliber pitcher. With Zach Wheeler being out this year, he's going to be eating a lot of innings, and he's really just going to be the ace of the team for a while. And I think even once Wheeler comes back, they're going to rely on him to be the ace and carry the load. They're going to expect him to continue being dominant. I think he expects himself to be nothing but dominant. I think with Paul Skeens being on such a struggling Pittsburgh Pirates team this year, that I think he is a no-doubter to be the Cy Young. Now, let's talk about the Rookie of the Year. In my opinion, it can go three ways. J.J. Weatherholt, Justin Crawford, and Connor Griffin. Honestly, I don't think that if choosing either one of those three is a wrong decision at all at this time of the year. I think it just depends when Connor Griffin gets called up, and I think it's how well Justin Crawford can play both offensively and defensively. I think he's going to be a great shining star in that Phillies offense. And J.J. Weatherholt, I've met and know personally, trained with him for a few days at Ascent Athlete, and personally, I think he's just a great hitter. He's an elite hitter. He's a really, genuine good guy. Not saying the other guys aren't, but from personally meeting him, I think I'm going to give my nod to J.J. Weatherholt for the NL Rookie of the Year. Now, let's move on to the American League. Let's start with the AL East. Coming in 5th place in the AL East, I'm going with the Tampa Bay Rays. They have really good players like Junior Caminero, and they got Cedric Mullins this year. I just do not think they have the pitching. I do not think they have the team. I think they have some great young talented stars that have potential to be. I think they've done a great job with their minor league system. I just do not think they have the talent this year in the AL East to be ranked higher than 5th place when you have such talented and kind of a loaded division. Coming in 4th, I got the Boston Red Sox. I was really, tossing up what I'm going to do with this order of rankings in the AL East. But honestly, Boston, at first, they were like, yes, I'm riding the Roman Anthony Rave. I'm riding them. I'm going with them. But at the end of the day, I just couldn't make up my mind to put them any higher than 4th. I do not think they're going to have a great year. I think they're going to have a good year. I got Jared Duran in center field, a really good player. Trevor Story, if he can show up, he's a really good player. And I think, honestly, it's really anyone's division to win. I think the top spot is going to be one team, and I think 2nd, 3rd, and 4th is really going to be a really, really, really close race. Coming in 3rd, I got the Baltimore Orioles. Going to school in Maryland and being around a lot of Baltimore Orioles fans the last few years kind of swayed my decision on this. But at the end of the day, Gunnar Henderson is the 2nd best shortstop in the game. He is one of the most talented players. I've watched Pete Alonso against the Phillies the last few years. He looks excited and thrilled and ready to go to be in Baltimore. They have guys like Blaze Jordan they just traded for. They got guys like Jackson Holliday. They have a bunch of players ready to go. Adley Rutschman is going to have a great year. I think they got so many young, talented players that you never know who's going to be out there, but they're going to go at it, and I think they're going to win a lot of ball games this year. Coming in 2nd place, I got the New York Yankees. It's kind of hard to root against the Yankees and the Yankees tradition. But end of the day, I hate the New York Yankees. I am not a Yankees fan. But Aaron Judge is probably going to go down with the last few years, one of the best hitters to ever play the game. Cody Bellinger is a very good hitter. Jazz Chisholm is just a young, bright guy. I don't think Jazz is as good as he gets portrayed to be, but I think Jazz is still a very good MLB player, and I think the Yankees pitching is what's going to be holding them back this year. I don't think it's going to be their hitting. I think their offense is going to show up. I do not think they're pitching well. And in 1st place, I got the Toronto Blue Jays. It's hard to go against what Vladdy and the Blue Jays did last year. Ernie Clement has won my heart playing for Team USA. At the end of the day, he went out there and absolutely dominated. I think Andres Giménez is going to fill in for Bo Bichette at shortstop. I know he played there last year for them, but I think when you think of the Blue Jays, you think of the Blue Jays shortstop the last few years, you think of Bo Bichette. I think he's going to pick it up, and I think he's going to hit so much better than people are expecting, and I think the Blue Jays are ready. I think they're hungry. I think they're going to go after that ring this year, and they're going to really want it. Now let's go to the AL Central. Coming in 5th place in the Central, we got the Chicago White Sox. Listen, I know they're rebuilding, and I know they just signed a huge star from Japan, Munetaka Murakami, I believe his name is, and he is going to have a great year. That was kind of a gamble they threw out there with him. He either goes out there and he performs and he wants people to, bring some light and say, hey, let's buy into this whole White Sox thing, or they're going to get rid of him eventually and the trade deadline and kind of get a return for him. Because at the end of the day, it's kind of a win-win for them in that situation, but I still do not think they're going to be any up higher than 5th place. Coming in 4th, I think it's going to be the Minnesota Twins. I think they're going to let down so many more people. I think they have a solid roster, but I do not think they are consistent enough to win. I think they potential to end up in third, but I got them slotted in the fourth place right now. Byron Buxton, I don't know if he can stay healthy. If he can, he's going to have a great year. Royce Lewis, if he can stay healthy, another great year. But the question is, can they stay healthy? We will have to see. Third place, I got the Cleveland Guardians. Year in and year out, they're very competitive. It's really hard to, not win games when J-Ram is doing what J-Ram does. I think he is getting the love he deserves, and I think he is still getting called underrated when at the end of the day we know he's not underrated. He's a very good baseball player and he's getting the recognition he deserves. But overall, I don't think the rest of the team really, impresses me. I don't think they, besides a guy like Steven Kwan out there, but at the end of the day, I don't think them two alone are going to win you the ball games. In second place, I think it's going to be the Kansas City Royals. Listen, Bobby Witt Jr. is the best shortstop in the game. Bobby Witt Jr. is a superstar. Vinny Pasquantino, Jack Caglione, Michael Garcia are all other great players on this team, and I think they're going to do nothing but elevate this team towards success. But I do not think they're going to win the division. I think it's going to also build some character with them not winning the division. If they don't win the division, I think it's going to make them play a little bit harder and kind of, want it a little bit more and show, hey, we're going after it. We're building something here in Kansas City. And I think that's why they're going to end up in second place. Finally, the first place team in the AL Central is no other than the Detroit Tigers. I think it's Tariq Skubal has done nothing but dominate on the mound the last few years. I think they have a young core with, bringing up rookie Kevin McGonigal is probably one of the best hitters in this rookie class. I think Gleyber Torres getting that extension and playing a good solid second base every day is going to be huge. Baez had a really good spring, but is he going to last? And I think the problem is now you start questioning that, but you have a young star like Kevin McGonigal right there now it's playing out of position right now at third base that can easily slide over and move over to shortstop and have no worries. And then you can bring a guy, bring somebody up or figure out how to get a third baseman to make it all work out. I think Baez is kind of the fact that he can be your weak point and struggle and you don't have to worry about it is a huge blessing for the Detroit Tigers. But at the end of the day, I think they're going to win with Justin Verlander coming back. I think that is some veteran leadership, and I think they're going to have a really good year this year. Last but not least, let's move on to the AL West. In fifth place, I got the Houston Astros. Listen, Jose Altuve is a great hitter. Probably one of the go down to one of the best second basemen ever played this game. Yordan Alvarez, absolute dominant hitter. Trust me, I can't get that home run he hit off against the Phillies out in the playoffs out of my mind. They got Carlos Correa back. They got Jeremy Pena. I think they have a very good team. But at the end of the day, I just have a feeling that something is going to happen to that team and they're not going to perform to the levels that they're expected to. I don't think they're going to win as many games as they're expected to. And that's why I have them slotted in fifth place. In fourth place, I got the Los Angeles Angels. Listen, Mike Trout back in center field, you never know what's going to happen. He could have a breakout year. If he stays healthy, I think he's going to help push the Angels at least into a fourth place. And honestly, if they're playing well at the trade deadline, they might go out and make some moves to get some players around him since he is older, and they might want to win. A man can only hope. Coming in at third place, I think we got the Seattle Mariners. Listen, I do not think Cal Raleigh has the year he had last year. I think Cal Raleigh had a really good year last year, but it's very hard to be a productive catcher year in and year out. Listen, Julio Rodriguez is also a very good center fielder, but he's very wishy-washy. He has one good half and one really bad half. So if he's starting out hot, he's probably not going to end hot. Or if he starts out rough, he's probably going to end up a little hotter, and that's what they kind of want. At the end of the day, I don't know if their pitching staff is going to hold up and be what they were last year. I don't think the Seattle Mariners are going to be as good of a team as they were in 2025. And coming in second place, I got the Athletics. How could you root against a young core like that? You got Jacob Wilson, you got Nick Kurtz, you got Brent Rooker, you got Lawrence Butler. And you got so many young, talented players for this team. I'm just not sure if there's any other lineups I'm really taking over the Athletics. I think they were very dominant as they showed in their 2025 campaign, and I think they're going to really surprise and make a push to win the AL West this year. Coming in first, I got the Texas Rangers. I think the Texas Rangers, after they won the World Series, have a little bit of a step back, a little bit of a, they had some things going on inside their building. I think they have a really good shortstop in Corey Seager. I think they have a really good second baseman in Josh Smith and Ezekiel Duran. I think overall they have a very good, talented pitching staff. Mackenzie Gore is kind of a slept-on pitcher that I wish the Phillies would have picked up last year. But the fact that he's there with Jacob deGrom, and they got a few other arms that people really aren't talking about. I think the Texas Rangers are going to surprise a lot of people, and they're going to win the AL West this year. Alright, now it's time for the American League Awards. Starting with our MVP, no other than Bobby Witt Jr. himself. Like I said, I think he's the best shortstop in the game. I think the only other shortstop in the AL that comes close to him, honestly, is Jacob Wilson. But I do not think Jacob Wilson is going to be a better shortstop than Bobby Witt Jr. in 2026. I think Bobby Witt Jr. becomes the American League MVP and takes it home for the Kansas City Royals. Let's talk about the Cy Young. Honestly, I think there is no other choice in the American League than Tariq Skubal. I think he is a dominant pitcher. I think he has the mindset to win. I think he has the determination to win. Yes, you might say in the comments, oh, well, he didn't want to pitch for Team USA and put on the line for the WBC. Okay, he wants to win a World Series. He wants to go down as one of the greatest players to ever play the game in the MLB. So listen, as an American, I wish he would have played. I wish he would have put on the line and helped us win the gold medal in the WBC. But at the end of the day, he wants to win a World Series. He's going to put his life and his body and his arm on the line every single day to win for the Detroit Tigers. That's why I think he's going to be the 2026 AL Cy Young winner. Now, let's talk about the AL Rookie of the Year. In my opinion, the AL Rookie of the Year comes down to one person and one person only, and that's Kevin McGonigal. I think there's no other choice for AL Rookie of the Year. I think Kevin's an elite player. I think he's an elite hitter, and he's going to be a great defender. He's playing out of position at third base right now, but I think wherever you put him, he's going to strive and dominate at that position. Personally, I've hit with Kevin and watch Kevin hit at a Ascent Athlete. I think the guy has nothing but a great mentality. He's a great hitter, ultimate competitor. Ultimately, I think that's going to take him a long way as an athlete, and I think he's going to continue to shine and be a great future star in this league. Now, let's look back at the playoff pictures. Let's run it down the NL. I think in first place overall, you got the Dodgers. And then I think we go Phillies, then Brewers, Padres, Cubs, and Mets. And then, let's go to the American League. I think we got the Blue Jays, Tigers, Rangers, Athletics, Orioles, Royals. Now, obviously, I just ranked who I think is going to be 1 through 6 in each league. But coming out of the NL, I think it's going to be no other than the Philadelphia Phillies. I don't think the Dodgers three-peat. I do not think the Dodgers make it all the way to the World Series again. I think they're going to lose in the NLDS to the Philadelphia Phillies. Potentially. I'm not really sure how it's going to line up, but I do not think they make it to the World Series. In the American League, I think you got the Detroit Tigers coming out, and I think they have to make their chance at the World Series, but if they don't win it this year, I think they're going to win it in at least the next 3 to 4 years. Minimum. I'll admit, there's some bias for me being a Phillies fan, but at the end of the day, I really do think that the Phillies are going to get hot and breed off, the atmosphere of Philadelphia. If you've never been to a Philadelphia Phillies game, you have no idea what I'm talking about. Just you go to Philadelphia, experience a playoff game, and then experience a regular season game, and there's nothing like it. Tell your thoughts in the comments below. Who do you think I got right? Who do you think I got wrong? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and follow me on all platforms at cr5.baseball. That's all for now, guys. CR5 out.